In the sunny little town of Meadow Bright, there was a special garden unlike any other. It wasn't filled with regular flowers and trees. This was the Garden of Giggles, where the plants did extraordinary things. There were tickle-me tulips that wiggled when you got close, and whisper willows that shared silly secrets with the breeze. 4 friends loved to play there. Sam, a curious boy with bright, inquisitive eyes. Amara, a girl with a big, warm smile and braids that bounced when she ran. David, who was always ready for an adventure. And little Maya, the youngest, who loved to draw everything she saw in her sparkly notebook. One afternoon, they discovered something new tucked away in a corner of the garden. It was a strange-looking bush with big, puffy, cloud-like buds that shimmered in all the colors of the rainbow. They had never seen anything like it. "Wow, what is that?" David exclaimed, poking one of the fluffy buds gently. Sam tilted his head. "I don't know. It looks like a cloud fell out of the sky and landed on a bush." Amara giggled. "Maybe it's a candy floss plant. Can we eat it?" Maya, however, was quiet. She looked at the bush, then at her friends, a little worried. She wanted to ask what it was, but she felt shy. What if her question was silly? What if everyone already knew the answer? So she just stayed quiet and started to sketch the mystery bush in her notebook. The friends decided to name it the Puffy Pop Bush. They spent the rest of the day playing hide-and-seek among the tickle-me tulips and racing snails. But the Puffy Pop Bush was always on their minds. The next day, they ran back to the garden. To their surprise, the Puffy Pop Bush had changed. The colorful buds had grown even bigger and puffier. They looked like they were about to burst. "Whoa, they're huge," Sam said, amazed. "I wonder what's inside them. Maybe more candy floss." Amara hoped, her eyes wide with excitement. David, ever the adventurer, declared, "Let's find out. Let's pop one." He reached out his hand, but Amara stopped him. "Wait. What if they're not friendly? What if something scary comes out?" Sam added, "Yeah, what if it makes a loud noise? Or what if it's sticky?" They all had so many questions, but no answers. They started to get a little nervous. The bush didn't seem as fun anymore. It seemed mysterious and a little bit scary. Little Maya was still sketching. She had drawn the bush from yesterday and was now drawing how it looked today. She still had her big question, but she kept it tucked inside, afraid to ask. She wished she knew what would happen. The day after that, the Puffy Pop buds were gigantic. They wobbled and jiggled with the slightest breeze. They looked like they could float away at any moment. The friends just stood and stared. They were too unsure to play near it. Their curiosity had turned into confusion. "This is no fun," David grumbled. "We can't even play in our favorite corner because of this weird bush." "I wish we knew what it was," Amara sighed, looking sad. Sam nodded. "If we only knew what it did, we wouldn't be so worried." Suddenly they heard a soft voice. "Excuse me?" It was Maya. She was holding up her sparkly notebook. Everyone turned to look at her. She took a deep breath and finally asked the question she'd been holding in for 3 whole days. What happens if we ask the bush what it is? Sam, Amara, and David looked at each other. They had asked each other questions, but they hadn't thought of asking the bush itself. It seemed like a silly idea, but at this point they were willing to try anything. "That's a great question, Maya," Sam said with a grin. "Let's try it." All 4 friends stood in front of the enormous, wobbly, rainbow-colored puffy pop bush. They held hands, feeling braver together. Taking the lead, Amara called out in a clear, friendly voice, "Hello, Puffy Pop Bush. We were wondering, what are you?" For a moment, nothing happened. Then a gentle hum filled the air. One by one, the giant puffy buds started to glow even brighter. And then, pop, pop, pop. It wasn't a scary pop. It was a soft, fizzy sound, like opening a bottle of soda. And from each popped bud, out flew a tiny, beautiful, glowing creature. They looked like miniature butterflies, but their wings were made of pure light, shimmering in every color imaginable. The children gasped in delight. The little light butterflies fluttered all around them, leaving trails of sparkling dust that tickled their noses and made them giggle. The air filled with the sweet scent of strawberries and sunshine. One of the light butterflies landed on Maya's nose, its tiny wings beating softly. It wasn't scary at all. It was magical. "They're glimmer wings," Sam shouted with joy. "They were waiting for us to ask," Amara realized. David laughed, trying to catch the sparkling dust on his tongue. They just wanted to be invited to play. Maya was the happiest of all. Her one small question had unlocked a wonderful secret. She opened her notebook and started drawing the glimmer wings, her face lit up by their gentle glow. The Garden of Giggles was more magical than ever before. From that day on, the friends learned a very important lesson. They learned that asking questions is like finding a key. You never know what amazing doors it might unlock. A question is never silly or small. It can chase away fears, solve mysteries, and sometimes it can even fill a garden with beautiful flying lights. So whenever you see something new or feel unsure about something, remember Maya and the puffy pop bush. Be brave, be curious, and ask your question. You might be surprised by the wonderful, sparkling answers you find. Thanks for listening to our story today. Don't forget to keep asking questions and discovering the world around you. If you liked our story, make sure to subscribe and follow for more adventures. See you next time.
Please subscribe to our channel at BeddyBox, where you learn big lessons through fun stories. Thank you.